Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well.
Now, here's your host, Tom.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Friday. That's right, it's Friday at 10 o'clock, so that means it's time for
your hearing pleasure, Dumb Crook News.
That's right, it's time for Dumb Crook News. And we start with Dumb Crook News with Fish and Wildlife. That's right, Fish and Wildlife, they get into it. This one's called The King of All Dummies. A lady called the police on her significant other because of a domestic dispute in Decatur, Michigan. But if you're going to have the cops come to your house, you probably shouldn't have evidence all over your house and barns and everything of an outdoor crime. But that's exactly what happened in Decatur, Michigan. The police arrived, they secured the situation. The Michigan Department of Environmental Conservation officers were called. They were asked to respond to the location quickly. They arrived and were escorted to a barn located on the complainant's property. Hanging inside the barn, 9 buck deer hanging in the barn, every one of them considered a trophy. It gets better, though. The officers had statutory authority in all domestic disturbances in Michigan to inspect all the structures on the property to ensure there are no other individuals or children hiding while, seeking safety. And that led the conservation officers to a whole bunch more carcasses and animals that allowed them to close out about 14 different citizen complaints about a pickup truck driving through fields, shining lights, and shooting deer. So this guy, he smacked this woman around a little bit, and she called the police on him. And now he's going to jail for a long time for all these illegal deer carcasses and bodies that he has. Oh, by the way, all this done without a license because his hunting license was permanently banned. He had his hunting license permanently taken away in 2018. Man, you're going to, what are you in here for? Murder? What are you in here for? Murder? Who'd you kill? I killed 2 thugs in my gang. Who'd you kill? 18 deer. In another wildlife situation, wildlife officers, this one shows that nobody's above the law. Javaria Pouncey is an off-duty police officer in Louisiana in the Coushatta Parish who enjoyed deer hunting. Problem was, apparently he enjoys it a little too much. He was caught shining for deer, but that was the least of his worries. He had 3 cohorts in his car when he was stopped after a light, an FWC officer, Fish and Wildlife officer, saw a light projected out of his window. A shot was fired. A deer dropped dead. The Louisiana State Game Warden noticed that all 4 men, first thing he noticed when he pulled up, is that all 4 men were in this car together. He got all 4 men out of the vehicle, searched and disarmed them, ran their names through NCIC. He discovered one of them was a convicted felon and not permitted to possess a firearm that the warden had taken from him. None of them possessed a hunting license. But back to that car they were in. Javaria Pouncey is an off-duty police officer in Louisiana's Coushatta Parish. Yeah, they were shining deer from his police car. Yep, they were all in his parish police car, shining for deer illegally. You got to be a special kind of stupid to go out in your patrol vehicle, breaking the law like that, shining for deer. I mean, There's no way you're not, you're a cop, first off, so you know it's illegal. But why would you put everybody in your cop car? And did you not know your buddy was a convicted felon and shouldn't have a firearm? You're not a very good cop, are you? No, you're a dumb crook. That's what you are. Officer Pouncey has been relieved of his duty and is awaiting adjudication of the charges, the 8 charges against him and his friends for their illegal shining of deer in Louisiana. And finally, this was just a wrong bar, the wrong night. A group of 4 men burst into a tavern, announced that everybody needed to put their hands up, put their wallets on the table, phones on the table, all their cash, because this was a robbery. They told the band, stop playing. People need to understand it's a robbery. Cut the music. The bands cut the music. They were playing that evening. The band was called Pigs in a Blanket. That was one of the problems for these robbers, though, was that Pig in the Blanket happened to be the band that night. Because Pig in the Blanket is in fact, a band of 6 off-duty police officers. The police officers all had their weapons with them, or had weapons with them. They briefly, after a brief scuffle, an arrest was taken under. Then the band returned to the stage, finished out the night. They went in to rob a bar and picked a bar where the entertainment was 6 off-duty police officers and a band. That's the wrong bar, the wrong night. Might as well jump right in these handcuffs. Running with the devil right to the jail. Take the money and run. Nope, we're cops. You're under arrest. I could go on with these stupid puns, but I won't. First off, just to go into a bar, to rob a bar, you're going to have somebody that's going to be, take a chance and get after you. But to go into this bar, because, alcohol makes you 10 foot tall and bulletproof. But you picked, even worse than that, you picked a bar that was full of cops, 6 cops playing in a band. And more than that, because it was 6 cops, a lot of their friends were there. All told, according to this story, there were about 40 off-duty police officers on the scene. So they were robbing a bar full of cops, trying to rob cops. That's the wrong bar on the wrong night, brother. Coming up next, we'll have Florida Dumb Crook news. A Speedo's involved, beer's involved, and a fake gun is involved in the 3 Florida stories. So, yeah, a Speedo, beer, and a fake gun. All that yet to come in the Florida version of Dumb Crook News. We'll do that next. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Howdy, folks. RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and